What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 squad? Welcome back into another video, and today we're just going to be giving an update on the two situations going on for the Giants right now. Probably the two biggest trade targets right now for the Giants, and that being Saquon Barkley and James Bradberry, and what's going to be going on with them. So with that being said, let's get started. Now, before we start this video, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel for more NFL content just like this. And also, my New York Giants 7-round mock draft will be coming out soon. I'm going to be recording it today as I have time. It's already done. Just got to record it, do the editing, so on and so forth. But I promise it's coming out to you guys. So let's start off with Saquon Barkley. Now, Saquon Barkley has been talked around Twitter, YouTube, every kind of media space as far as the New York Giants goes as a possible trade target for the New York Giants, or a possible trade away guy for the New York Giants, because he's due to make about $7.2 million this season under his fifth-year option. And on top of that, you know, he's been getting hurt a lot, and it's going to save us a lot of money towards the cap and stuff that we could, you know, put, resources we could put elsewhere, right? So that being said, a lot of people really want to trade Saquon Barkley, and as far as we can tell right now, that's just probably not going to happen. John Mara said, maybe today, or maybe it was a couple of days ago, I think it was today, John Mara said he has no intentions of trading Saquon Barkley, but he will not interfere if Joe Schoen finds some sort of deal and winds up going through with it. This, to me, I hope is not BS, but if it happens, I want it to happen by Joe Schoen's hand and not John Mara. Or if it doesn't happen, I want it to happen by Joe Schoen's hand and not John Mara. I hope John Mara is really sticking to his guns and really kind of doing whatever he says he's doing, and that he's not interfering in, you know, the concerns of the GM and all those type of activities, because that's stuff that he's done before with, you know, with Dave Gettleman and Jerry Reese. So I hope he's not doing the same thing and inside the ear of Joe Schoen. But if a deal happens, I'll be happy. If it doesn't, I'll be rooting for Saquon his final season with the Giants. I don't envision Saquon Barkley coming back to the Giants, although I would really love if Saquon Barkley just balls out this season and wants to stay with the New York Giants. I would hope that would happen. But the reality of the situation, the reality of Saquon Barkley's career, the injury bug just got to him, man. Once you have one bad injury and it kind of snowballs from there, it's very, very hard to come back from that. Now, if he balls out this season, I'm completely fine, but I think the Giants are going to wind up keeping him under that fifth-year option, $7.2 million towards the cap, and so now we kind of have to see where else can we kind of clear up some money, and obviously that leads to James Bradberry. Now, James Bradberry has been a trade away guy for a while now, ever since this season started. Ever since Joe Schoen came into the New York Giants office, a lot of people said James Bradberry was the guy to possibly go. Being a guy that's due $21 million as a cornerback this season, and I believe he's already given, about $10 or $11 million. So the Giants will pretty much save only about $9 or $10 million. But it's $9 or $10 million that the Giants desperately need at this point. So they are trying to make as much money as they can, trying to clear up as much cap as they can. And obviously, the Giants fans don't want to see him go. The Giants don't want to see him go. It's very clear that Mara said it would suck to see James Bradberry go. He's such a big piece of this defense, and I've had a lot of great fond memories of James Bradberry making plays. He's honestly been one of the best cornerbacks in the league, and his name has been like supremely underrated in these past 2 seasons that he's been with the Giants. I mean, he's had basically an all-pro season last season. I mean, he was absolutely locked down last season. I mean, this 2 seasons ago. And then last season, he kind of slowed down. A lot of people called him burnt toast, but I think it was more scheme than anything. But he still had a decent season last season compared to 2 years ago. But James Bradberry, absolutely great player, great part of his defense. I want to see him remain as a New York Giant, but being due $21 million right now on a rebuilding team is just never going to happen. Usually you're going to see those type of people go all the time, and that's why it's just a bittersweet situation. I don't want to see James Bradberry go. I would wish somehow they clear up space and they're able to keep him around, but that's just not probably not part of the plans right now. They're about to draft their players, and that's going to cost money as well. So there are 3, according to reports, okay, there's a report that came out today by GiantsWire.com, and they say that the Giants are close to finalizing a trade for a trade for James Bradberry, for him to depart from the New York Giants. And the 3 trade candidates are narrowed down to the Kansas City Chiefs, the Houston Texans, and the Indianapolis Colts. And at this point, as Giants fans, as the New York Giants, pretty much the question remains, who's going to be the highest bidder? And that, to me, I think honestly is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. Because you look at the Indianapolis Colts, although they are championship ready, they don't have many picks. Okay, I believe they have 8 picks, but they're mostly later rounds. They don't have a first round pick this season. They have a second. I think it's like 42nd overall, something like that. I can check it real quick. See, the Colts have the 42nd overall pick, the 73rd, 122nd, 2 5th-round picks, 6th and a 7th. They don't have much picks. I don't think they're going to wind up giving a 4th-round pick. We might have to give something else in return if we get their 4th-round pick, and they're left with a 2nd, 3rd, and then the rest are late-round picks. They're not going to be a good trade candidate. I'm not looking for the Colts whatsoever. Although they call themselves championship ready, I think they are championship ready. They're not going to lay it out there and kind of disregard their future for the sake of James Bradberry. Now, the next one would probably be the Houston Texans. Now, the Texans are a rebuilding organization. You know that they were an absolute mess, but they're starting to get their things going. They have 2 first-round picks in this year's draft, and both in the top 15. So the number 3, the number 13, and then they have 37, 68, 80. They are very, very high picks. They don't have a pick in the 150s or later until their 6th round pick, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks in the top 50, which is absolutely 8 picks in the top 110. So they've got a lot of picks to go around. They might be a team to actually overpay for James Bradberry, but they are a rebuilding team. They might not overpay for James Bradberry because of that. The team I'm looking at to overpay for James Bradberry, or at least pay a good price for James Bradberry, is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. I say that because the Kansas City Chiefs have a mix of great picks. They have a lot of picks. They have 8 picks inside the top 35. The top 135, I'm sorry. They have 8 picks inside the top 135, and they are also a championship team, and they're going to be desperate to try to get any kind of talent they can to try to keep up in that AFC West. The Kansas City Chiefs are the team to try to trade with for James Bradberry. They're trying to keep up in the AFC West. They're going to get desperate. They have a lot of picks. They could be a team to overpay. They may give us a 4th and maybe they got a bunch of 7s. They may give us like a 3rd and a 7th or something like that, right? Or maybe 4th and maybe a later pick, or 4th and a player or something like that. They may overpay for James Bradberry because they have so many picks. They're desperate to keep up in the AFC West, and they were the team to beat in the AFC West. They got to maintain a reputation here. So I really like James Bradberry going to the Kansas City Chiefs, and they need cornerback help desperately, and I definitely think the Chiefs are the main candidate there. So that is the news, guys. Saquon Barkley might not be traded. James Bradberry, it seems like it's close to be finalized at this point, and he may be headed to the Kansas City Chiefs. That is my prediction. That's all I got for you guys today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.